Hello, welcome.
Hello.
How are you today,
Good
Stathi?
evening. How's it going, Brooke?
Yeah, good. And we say hello like we weren't hanging around like 10 minutes beforehand behind the scenes. But
Hey, I haven't seen you all day. How's you doing? What have you been up to?
hey, me, the same. Gardening. Well, actually, sitting down drinking coffee, thinking about what gardening I should get off my ass and do. Pretty much.
Yeah, well, you did do some, so that's the main thing.
Oh, I did. I got a couple of new garden beds in. My new one was only like this big. But that's good. G'day, Angelina. G'day, Judy. G'day, Rachel. G'day, Leslie. G'day, Julie. G'day, Kathleen. How is everyone? Welcome. People, if you could please share us out, that would be most appreciated.
Hello to all the names he just mentioned.
Yep, I'll get around to it. So he's feeling like really laid back. It's just like, man, I'm just couldn't be bothered.
I shan't tell.
Couldn't be bothered. Just really lazy day. Really lazy day.
I've been in a look. I don't even know. I mentioned to you earlier. So I've been in a grey day, an in between space. Not feeling high, not feeling low. Just
Hitting the LPV.
Plodding along, pottering. I think that's what.
Cap in that. Okay. G'day, Emma. How you going? People, you know the deal. This show is not just a standard reading show. We got tricks all happening everywhere. No, but the difference between this show and any other reading shows, this show you have to come on to get a reading, and you have to come on the show. That's it, and you get more than a reading. Hence the name, More Than a Reading Show.
More than a reading.
What do you think? Does that work? Well, it's a public holiday in Australia. Is that all over Australia? Some sort of public holiday?
Is it a public holiday today? I have no idea.
Yeah, it is in South Australia.
Don't know what the world does out there when I'm not out there.
You have wings. It looks like. Yeah, just in SA. Okay, that's okay if it's just a public holiday in SA. Just here in New South Wales, and just here in SA. You two better get it right, because like, who's right? Are you both right? But if you're both right, you're both wrong. Just in SA, just in New South Wales. Highly suspect to me, it sounds.
Aren't some of the kids on school holidays for you guys now?
I don't know. I don't go to school and I don't have kids. So
every day's a holiday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. Just shift your vibration. That's it. Every day. So people, if you would like a reading, please don't forget to donate to support the show. Pay it forward or come on the show. It's all appreciated. But if you could share us out, take your friends at people that you know need a bit of reading, need some guidance, need some work. Get them on. That's it. Rotate the tires. Check the oil. We'll have you back on the road in no time. Not a problem. So, who is our first lovely person that would like to come on the show? Who would love to come on the show? I'm going to share me out. I can do that. I have the technology right here in front of me on my phone. So much easier to share out on the phone. Okay. So, how is everyone's school holidays for New South Wales? Cool.
And the boots.
I'd take a kick, but too worried to come on from. What does that even mean? Does that mean you're doing it? Or
I'd take
you're
a kick, but too worried it'd come from Cindy's boots.
Yeah, well, you should be worried.
Leanne, we're more than happy to do a reading for you, but you have to come on the show live.
That's the difference between this reading show and the other reading shows. Okay. I'm just sharing. So, who would like a reading? Come on, people. Come on. Get your read on. So, part of us moving forward and part of us growing is getting out of our comfort zone. So, sometimes we need to step out. People, if you want the good stuff, that means why not? Is it physically impossible? Are you strapped to a device that if you go on live, that it detonates? What's the go, Leslie? What's really stopping you?
Leslie Ann, the I can't do that. Well, you actually can. You choose not to do that.
Yeah, come on, people. We need that go get them attitude. That
Be
step
positive.
right up.
I can't.
Be positive.
I can't. You can.
And just sharing out. Okay.
People, as you think and you speak, it's really important to understand the words that you're using. If you say, I can't, to whatever it is, well, you're telling yourself you're not going to do something. You can't do it. You can do it. Remember, we have the choice in our words. Use positive words. I can do this.
Of course you can, people. You're made of the same stuff stars are made of, dreams are made of. Absolutely. So if you would like to come onto the show, who would like to come on? Do it. Do it. See, look at Angela. She's revved up.
Remove yourselves from the comfort zones. Get out of that comfort of always being behind, always standing behind everything. Put yourself in the front.
Yeah.
Yes, you come onto the live screen for a reading. That's right.
Yeah. So why not?
This is what this show is all about. It's more than a reading show. You need to be on the show itself. Yes, and it is live.
It's more fun that way than being on a show that's not live. Trust me. It's heaps more fun. Okay. Okay, people. What's happening? Ah, what a beautiful day. Hey, Carol. Hello, Caroline. How you going? Okay. So, who would like to come on the show and get a reading?
Otherwise, Brooke and I will just stare at each other and look pretty.
That's it. And this is me letting my hair down. Literally.
Hey, I'll have to tie my hair up.
Yeah. Okay. I've just got a new phone.
And have done a love before. I presume that's a live.
Like before. Only one. And you stopped. Selling yourself, people? Short. So I've got the calm before the storm card inverted. That means people think it's the storm now. They're like, the storm before the calm. Because once you come on, things get rolling. It's all good. It's all good. It's all great. We technically we don't buy it, but technically we not love and light. Not this show.
I do not. I do not feel. I do buy.
That's it. We will keep the gloves on here because we're nice. Yeah. Well, I was digging up, and there was a couple of pavers and a big log. And then, as I was cleaning the area, I flipped them over, and all the skinks, all the bugs, the spiders. I thought, yeah, just flip everything over, and then give them 10 minutes to relocate themselves.
Or get yourself a blue tongue.
Why?
Well, when you flip over a log or anything, just put the blue tongue there. If you haven't fed it for a few days, it'll have a nice feast.
Okay. You mean just
Yeah, it'll eat what it needs to eat.
Man.
And the rest of them will move on.
They're gonna, all the bugs and insects are gonna think, I'm a monster bringing a monster.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not gonna make friends that way in the garden. But it was lovely today. Just the noise of the birds. They were really like, hey, Sprig's here. The birds were just really chirping, even as the sun's going down. They're just really going off their dial. I was out in the garden and just watching. I think it was a wasp do his thing in the garden, trying to. I don't know. He was doing some weird thing where he'd go into the normal flower, then he'd just. I don't know. He put his head between two bloody things, trying to get something else out. I don't know if he was what he was doing, but he was doing his thing.
Depends what type of wasp.
It looked like a long bee.
Skinny body?
Yeah, it looked like a skinny bee, slightly longer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those wasps catch spiders. Depends which ones it is. They actually do. They build their little cocoons with saliva, and they stick all the spiders in them.
Okay.
So it depends. I don't know which one, what wasp it was.
Like a graveyard, or the other little spiders like, hey man, they're all hanging out over there. Let's go and have a look. Have
you seen on brick walls where it looks like little cocoon or grey cocoons?
Yeah, with the mud.
Like like mud type of thing.
Yeah.
They're wasps that do that.
Yeah.
Those wasps, if I can remember correctly, are black.
Yeah, I had one that was living just under my table, where the bolt hole was underneath it. So I was wondering why I had this every time I'd sit down out the back having a coffee. This wasp would go up and down.
Yep.
Then I worked out he had a little home there, so I just give him a little bit of room. There you go, mate.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Let them do what they need to do.
Yeah, well, I had some paperbark wasps not long ago, and they went aggressive. They did their thing. They moved on. And it's just it's good to go out in the garden and just now with the spring and just looking at all the bugs and everything around. Everything's just really starting to come to life, and everything's starting to come out, do its thing. It's lovely. It's lovely just chilling out in the garden.
As the weather gets warmer, the bugs get warmer as well. They feel warmth and they go out and about and do the bird and the bees thing.
Yeah, my cats eat everything except for the cat food that I get them. Yeah, weird. I've tried that. Chicken necks, fresh chicken, all sorts of... They don't like raw meat. Like Christian will be cooking up steak and then I'll go, give us a bit and I'll chop it up for the cats. And they're like, they just sort of like sniff it and go, what? Give you that look like, what the f*** is this? It's just like, my God, cat. Fine. Don't eat the steak. Don't eat the chicken necks. Fussy cats. I even got mackerel once. Mackerel, because my cats, they like their fish. So if there's something cheap that's in like water or brine, I'll get it for them sometimes. They'll eat tuna, but mackerel, they're like, yeah, nah, not happening. So weird cats. Was that I feed blue tongue mint steak, and they're in my backyard? Okay. Copy it into the web browser, Chrome. What? Yeah. So, who would like to come up for a reading? I mean, we can talk gardening.
We can talk gardening.
Yep. What was that, Emma? What was that? And lots of mugwort. I have lots of plans. Mugwort. Well, I watched Deathly Hollows Part 1 last night.
Deathly Hollows? So, I don't think I was saying that.
Yeah, Deathly Hollows. That's more so hogwort than mugswort, but...
Oh, definitely. Got you. Deathly Hollow. Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just got it.
Well, that's it. I mean, I still do readings for muggles. But they just want to know, if their partner will let them have a cat.
Angela Carney, yes, you click on the link to come on the show itself. So you're on the show with us live.
And yes, says Amanda Whitehorn. Sitting at home.
Yeah, you're not saying Amanda's responding to the chat.
Oh, okay.
We can't, in StreamYard, they all look separate, but it's not.
Just as well. I'm watching you, Amanda. So who would like a reading?
Careful, Apple.
Okay. We have Leslie.
I'll put you on my back.
Hey, Leslie, how you going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Where are you from, Leslie?
I'm in Western Australia, southeast.
Okay. Southeast. Is that the Great Australian Bight?
No, in the Great Southern.
Okay. Okay. I haven't been over that way.
Okay, you're missing out.
Am I?
Yeah, it's really nice over there.
Really missing out?
Yep.
Okay, just checking.
Leslie, do you know much about chakras?
A little, not much.
Okay. Do you know where your heart chakra is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you just, while Brooke is reading, can you just keep your focus on your heart chakra, please?
Okay.
Okay, the first card I've got for you, Leslie, is the Rhino Spirit. Overcome any obstacles. Okay. So this is talking about, look, life's always got stuff happening. But if we focus on the obstacles all the time, we focus on the negativity, that becomes our reality. So many people, soon as circumstances go a bit skew-whiff, we get a bit uncomfortable. Everyone seems to be up in arms, but in actual fact, we have a lot more. We have a lot more power, and there's a lot more we can do to deal with life, the ups and downs of life. But at the moment, I got the Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacles. So this is saying, what happens is we can get caught up in the day-to-day, not just the day-to-day grind. The people around us, relationships, our kids, the people we work with, friends, all these things can just come floating around, and sometimes it can be quite draining if we give it energy. But the thing is if we focus, if we focus that, if we have that mindset of, this is getting to me, this is ticking me off, that person's draining me. If that's all our mindset is on the negativity or that surrounds them or surrounds the situation, we start to attract more of that into our being. So regardless of what's happening, sometimes when there's obstacles around us, sometimes when there's things that we don't like, just by 100%, just by absolutely having that positive attitude and saying, okay, it's just stuff, just acknowledging that it's just things, it's just stuff, it's just people, it's just life, we can start to take a lot of pressure and we can start to take a lot of load off of us. Because the moment underneath your main role, I've got the scabbard beetle, the magic works through you. So this is saying instead of, this is saying instead of, when's this going to work itself out? When's this going to happen? When's that going to happen? It's not about when it's going to happen. It's about us empowering ourselves, not just to make it happen, but to have that right attitude of it's just the day-to-day stuff that we have to go through, because a lot of people get focused on all sorts of stuff around them and it becomes their reality. And then you can have two people with the exact same life and one's glass half full, one's a glass half empty. Okay. So at the moment you're being asked to be a glass half full and just acknowledge that when stuff happens, it's just stuff happening. So often we take so much burden, and it just feels like there's burdens you're taking on other people's burdens around at the moment. Stuff that, yeah, we have to help out and we have to do this, but to sit there thinking about it, to sit there worrying about, it just basically drains us. But this, I don't know if you've talked to anyone, but I feel like that you need to find someone that you can have those deep conversations with. Okay, get a load off. Someone who's a good listener, someone who knows their stuff, which may vary from just our normal friends when we just vent. Okay, it seems like there is some stuff that you need to get off your chest and vent, because I've got the wasp spirit here. Sometimes life stings. Okay, that's just the way it is. It's up, down, left, and right. Okay, but the way, what we can do is we can let all these things consume us to get us down. I mean, it's part of it. But or sometimes we can just go, okay, look, that's their problem. Okay, I'll help where I can, but I'm not going to sit there worrying about it. I'm not going to sit there making it my burden. Because sometimes when people come reliant on us, it's different when we have to care for someone or got young kids or something like that. But generally, everyone else that we have to deal with, they're going through their own stuff and their own experiences and their own lessons and their own life. And it's for up them to take the lead to deal with their own stuff. That's why it's so important for us to know ourselves and get ourselves right, because when we take the best thing we can do to help people at the end of the day is, I mean, we all have to help people sometimes, but on the big scope, when we can deal with our own stuff and we can deal with that right, we gain ourselves tools, valuable tools on how to fix ourselves and how to fix our life. And at the moment, it's about you focusing on that, because I've got here, like, trust in the magic. The universe is doing its own thing. People's lives are doing their own thing. And it's time for you now to take the lead and go, okay, I've got to get on top of my stuff for me. Okay, I've got to focus on my stuff for me. So I just feel like there's stuff that you're carrying around, because I got here, look, I got the spirit has a plan, the koala spirit, and this is surrounded by the source of it all. Embrace spirit, and these last two are inverted. So this is making it look like there's some stuff that you've taken on board to yourself that's not your burden. You've made it your burden, and it doesn't need to be. You can help, you can assist people, but for you to make it your burden, even if we, we love people and we want to help them and we want to do that, but sometimes it's their stuff to learn. Okay, it's stuff that they have to go through. It's stuff that affects their life for them to experience. Because things, I do feel things will work themselves out at the moment. Okay, and this is going to take some pressure off of you. But at the moment, I got here, believe in the impossible, and that's inverted. Okay, because there seems to be too many constructs around, too many ideals, too many. Because what happens is when we got people around us, I got here, look, communication is the key. When we got people around us that we want to help, by telling people what to do, you go, hey, you need to be doing that, you need to be doing that, which is actually correct. But at the same point in time, I've got there's someone around you they're acting on their own wounding, okay, their own issues, their own problems, and you just have it's up for you just to communicate with them on the level, not try to fix them. Okay? Not try to fix them. Just be real. Say, okay, boundaries. Just say, hey, look, because usually when we get out of that because we just do it automatically, sort of judge. We're trying to fix something. We try to judge, but when we can get out of that judgment, or we can get out of that perspective that we see, what we can do is we can start to see things for what they are. Then we can start to see people's patterns, people's habits, but we can start to see where people are really struggling. and where people are hurting. And when we can get to that level, it becomes amazing. So instead of saying, hey, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, you can just get someone to recognize, hey, look, I know you went through that, and that was a real struggle, or that hit you hard, or you're really struggling with that. And then we start to see that it's their stuff. And when we can let people understand that their stuff, that it's okay, that it's just what it is, then it's easy. Then we can have a bigger view of how to maybe assist them. Okay, because it's about assistance. It's not about fixing people. It's about assisting them where we can. But if we're got that mentality of we just want to fix it, we just want to fix them, we just want to fix this, we just want to fix that, what happens is people put up walls. They might depending on where they'll put their shields up, they'll get guarded, and then no one can heal. And then there's still, that pain in the butt, there's still that obstacle. But it's all about you is communicating on the level and coming from that heart space at the moment, so you can just start to see things for what they are. Okay, not try to fix anything, just see things for what they are. Okay, but you have to take the lead in this. Your main action card is a stag. Take the lead. Take the lead. When we can gain a new perspective on the way of dealing with people, we can just unload so much of the burden that we carry around in our life, and and we learn the tools how to do that. Then we're like, oh my God, you mean I could have done that a long time ago and had less stress? And it's like, yeah, absolutely. But we don't know any better. We just got the tools that we're given at the moment. Okay, because as soon as you can, because at the moment there's something now, you've just got to give it to the universe. You've got to go, hey, look, not my problem, universe. I'm going to give it to you. I'm still going to do the right thing. I'm going to give it to you, but it's just, as soon as you can start to let go of the burdens of the burdens and other people's problems around you. Okay, this is going to era in a time of healing for you, and new stuff is coming in. But depending on how we're resonating our vibration at the moment, the way you're vibrating in the universe, the new stuff is struggling to come in, and the healing starts coming in. So this is what all starts with us. Okay, so the future's is there for the working, but it's about you just understanding that it's not. Sometimes life just does things, and it's not our job to fix things. But if you can just get that heartfelt communication happening, and just keep it real, it's going to open a lot of doors. Okay, a lot of doors, and it's going to help you immensely and show you some things about yourself that will help. Okay, I hope that's helped you.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, Les.
Yeah.
Can you take a deep breath? Just take a deep breath in, and to your count of 3, just release it. Something that's been eating you, something that you're holding on to, something that you want to know about, something that's really strong around you. But now I'm not going to focus on what that is itself, but what that's doing is causing stress throughout your body. Are you having back issues? More towards the shoulder blades, neck area.
Yes, I've got 2 pincers either side. Yeah, sorry.
No, you don't need to be sorry. It feels like a lot of heaviness, a lot of stress that's happening within your body itself. It's just it is energetically your meridian points and your chakras are out. Your heart chakra, you've closed it off because you've actually removed yourself from everybody around you. There are certain individuals that do come in, but you're still not open enough to receive them the way that you once used to. Used to be more open, used to be more clear with things as well. But a lot of things have happened for you that you've become very reserved. That's closed off your heart chakra. You're not speaking your truth, and your throat chakra is causing your throat area, and your neck area itself is causing you issues. The heaviness, it's it feels like you're shrugging your shoulders a lot. And that has a lot to do with your heart and your throat chakra combined. Your solar plexus, now your stomach area, which is more your sacral, but your solar plexus has been affected as well by it. There's a lot happening in the back section, and it is past. There's a lot of past stuff that you're holding on to, and you haven't let go of those things, and you constantly, I shouldn't say constantly, because in a sense you've blocked them off, but they're always sneaking in and getting you to overthink those things and creating a stressful moment when you do think of them, which is putting a lot of energy in your solar and your sacral, and it's causing sick to the stomach, as we would say. Now, the pressure that you get in your head is coming from the back, but it's more in your temple areas, and it's sort of putting pressure towards your eyes as well. You're not seeing things clearly, as clear as you were once, and it's not about eyesight here. It's the inner sights that you've let go of. It feels disappointments. You've just been disappointed over disappointment, which has just put your whole energy all over the place. Not grounded. Look at grounding yourself. Look at working on your base chakra. Look at being more present and grounding yourself. Don't overthink things. Your third eye. Now, the thing is that you see things, but you're not certain why you see them, and you overthink those things that you see, and sort of bring in past memories that override what you're seeing, which could be a lot clearer for you if you were grounded and more in the present moment. Now, I would say that everyone has potential to see things and to be the new age word spiritual. It's a little bit more for you. There's something there. Do you do readings?
No, I used to.
Yeah, you have. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you do have that. It's there for you, but so much as so you can easily pick up cards today and read. There's a lot to do with how you see the world today, which is as we accept it for what it is and embrace it. We do embrace it because there's not much we can do about how we see things. They are exactly as we're seeing them. But when we start focusing more on ourselves, we start to actually bring our energy and our focus back to us. I'm going to suggest you work with your base chakra. Start working on your base chakra and being grounded and being more present. As you're more present and as you're focusing more about your health itself, and don't worry about what's happening around you. No, we don't ignore what's happening around us, but we don't give it too much energy. We keep the focus to ourselves. Focus on your base chakra. Get to understand it very clearly and how it is about grounding oneself. As you're working with your base chakra, work with your heart chakra. They're the two chakras that I'm going to suggest that you do more study or more looking into and see how they work and how they associate with you. Now, the other one is your throat chakra, which is not really a main focus, but the main focus is you start to speak what is right for you and not what is right for somebody else and agreeing. Sometimes we have to say no, and we can disagree with what we do not agree with. Start to be more open with yourself. Start to be more truthful to yourself and to others. You don't need to be that yes person anymore. And you have all that ability within you to go ahead and do that. And you already know this as well, though. You've seen things in the past which have brought you to this present moment as it is. And I think that could have also been a shock on the way they used to see things back then. Don't ignore what it was, but don't give it too much focus. So work on your base chakra, work on your heart chakra, and start speaking more that which is truthful to you. I hope that's assisted you.
Yes, it has. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Blessings. Mwah.
Bye.
See, people, That's how easy it is.
Hi, Mandy.
Leslie, she came on the show. She's still kicking. She's still breathing.
Hi, Donna. And you're excused, Miller.
Excused from what? I'm going to need more information, Mila. It sounds highly suspect. So, it's not easy living like a gypsy. Okay. So, what do you want, people? What do you want? What do you want? You can ban C. Leon Dion if you wish, but to get a reading, you must come on this show. So,
Hey, Mandy, how the puppies doing? Oh, no, they're not puppies. Yeah, well, so do I. And I'm having it.
well, can't you go to the coffee room and manifest one? Mila?
You're welcome, Leslie.
Absolutely welcome. So, people, you know, people, if I don't even know if I got that out there. If you struggle with anxiety or work in a environment that's a stressful environment, chances are you're picking up a lot of other people's energies. So I can help you with that. If you want to go to work and just have a more chilled day, a more relaxed day, and come home and feel more refreshed, you might need one of these. That's it. And we have Ange ready to come on. Hello, Ange. How are you going?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, that's good. Is that a crow's hat?
It certainly is. It certainly
Okay.
is.
Well, I'll let you on because you're wearing the right colours.
Very good.
Yeah, well, no, you're banned. You're banned.
No,
Yeah, band.
you
He
don't go to
hasn't got-
Richmond, do you, Staffy?
Yeah.
I have no footy team to follow, so all footy
Okay.
teams are banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was a Richmond supporter, I wouldn't even let him on the show.
No.
That's it. Find someone else to work with.
Yeah.
Anybody but any football team. Okay. Oh, we're
Yeah,
not
what's
going
your-
to see you, Ange?
Yep.
Thank you. That's
Hi.
great.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to bring your focus to your heart chakra, and Brooke will start.
Okay. So, Ange.
Yep.
Do you do any spiritual practices, any spiritual work?
No, not work.
Okay, at the moment, it feels like you're guarding. It feels like you've been in a spot. First card I got for you is the Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. This is about us. This is inverted, so this is a struggle at the moment. This is about us taking accountability, us taking ownership for whatever we're going through, because we're actually all perfect manifestors of our reality. So when things aren't going the way we want, like a lot of people, we just throw ourselves in the day-to-day grind, and then we wait for circumstances to change. At the moment, it looks like that you're trying to make some changes in areas. You're at that point where you've been doing the same thing here and there for a while, but life is just not. You're looking for more punch out of life at the moment. Okay, but the advice is, I've got the card here in your main pile underneath the Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. Do not fear the unknown. See, the unknown is basically everything that hasn't happened. And we get so many of these constructs, so many of these thoughts. We try to work everything out. Like we might want to meet someone, or we might want to change something up. We've always wanted to say live in Queensland or something along those lines. But there's always seems to be circumstances or stuff around that we're like, well, maybe if this happened, I could do it. Maybe if that happened, something different worked out. But then what happens is we spend our whole life waiting for circumstances to line up for the life that we want. But deep down inside, there's always that stirring. There's always that draw inside of us going, hey, look, I want more. There's more out there. How do I get it? And most people just sort of go through the daily life, and they get 20 years down the track, 40 years down the track going, how did I get here? This is not what I expected. But at the moment, because at the moment, regardless of what's happened, the fear of the unknown, not knowing how things are going to work out, because it feels like that you've been hurt before, or you've been through some stuff, and at the moment, it feels that there's definitely some guards, there's some walls up, there's some shields up around the heart area. Maybe you've been burnt one too many times. But at the moment, things are trying to work themselves out, and things are changing a few. Things are shifting. But at the moment, I've got the shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. This is the universe saying, this is the world saying, look, how much do you want out of life? How much are you willing to seek? How much are you willing to find? How much are you willing to change? Because I can pull cards. I get the tarots out and pull cards all day to see what's coming in next week, what's coming in, when's that coming in. But all I would be doing is looking for circumstances. Like a lot of people would be looking for circumstances to line up. But the fact is, we're actually in the driver's seat of life. So these cards are just telling me that if you want some, this is the unlock the magic within. At the moment, this is your main card screaming out, hey, look, you've got to make some steps forward. You've got to make some changes. This could be pushing ourselves past the comfort zone, or if you're at home and you want to branch out and meet new people, because it's so easy to get just caught in life and then friends fall away, and then we can just be in that, at home all the time, and we still got heaps to do, keep ourselves busy, gardening, Netflix, whatever it is, family. But it just feels like that you just want to get more out. Okay, you just want to expand your horizons. It almost feels like. But once again, the Magic Guardian inverted, it's saying, well, that starts with you. Like any things that you want to be looking at doing at the moment. Like if you want to be going, joining a club or joining a group that you usually wouldn't go to. because sometimes we go to those situations and if we're uncomfortable because we don't know anyone there, and this stuff can just be, it can hold us back. But at the moment you're being asked to step out of your comfort zone, step into the unknown, and start to take life a bit more by the reins, a bit more by the horns. Because at the moment, when we're just going through, when we don't understand, a lot of people get frustrated because they just go through the daily grind and they don't understand what it is, understand how much power they have to be an agent of change in their life. Because the action card I've got for you is the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action, and this is talking about being less in reaction mode. Okay, because when we're inside our heads a lot, when we're used to being so comfortable, anything that challenges us, we can snap at it, or someone says something that we don't like, we take it on board and then we snap at it. So this is just asking you at the moment just to be very mindful of how you're reacting, because what happens is when we just get into reaction mode, basically we're running on a subconscious autopilot, and that's our ego. Okay, the ego likes to keep us in the known, and I've got here, do not fear the unknown. Okay, it's just an aspect of us that it's our brain that wants to work everything out to make us feel comfortable. Okay, but the only problem is when that runs the show, we build all these walls around us, we build all these comforts around us, and then we go, why isn't life exciting? Why isn't it changing? But the moment you're being asked to be devoted, and I've got that, it just looks like going with the flow. I've got the Sage card inverted here, be devoted and committed. And this is, once again, this is saying, are you prepared to push yourself past your boundaries at the moment and really start to gain that life that you would like to gain? Because once again here, do not fear the unknown. I've got here, just came out, trust in the magic, and this is inverted. This is about trusting in your magic, trusting in life's magic. We don't know what's going to happen, but you know how someone said you watch a really good movie for the first time because you don't know what's going to happen. You're like, man, that movie was great. I wish I'd seen that years ago. Okay, well, life's a bit like that too. We can put things off. And if we don't go, look, stuff it, I don't care, I'm going to move forward, I want to do something new, I want to do something different. Because Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing every day and expecting different results. Yeah, we get in our zones, we get in our lives, and we have some imaginary carrot on a stick that says we're going to be wealthy, win the lottery, or do this, or everything's going to be all right. And we can make it that way. But more than likely, we just get in the routine, pay our bills, and we wait for life to come to us. When in actual fact, it's about us going to life, because there's some negativity around you at the moment. I'm not sure if it's negative people, or there's some negativity that needs to be dealt with. You need to set some boundaries and just say, hey, enough's enough. I don't appreciate that. Okay? Because it feels like it's draining you at the moment. Okay? You don't need that. And sometimes people are just trying to be funny, or it's their issues, and that's why they're negative. But when we take it on board, and we take that energy on board, and we take that stuff personally, it starts to pull us down. And at the moment, it feels like you need to protect yourself. Just protect, what I mean? Protect your sanity, your sanity, and protect your vibration, and just go, hey man, I don't need that. I don't need that stuff. I'm zipping it in the butt. But what happens is do not fear the unknown. The problem with the unknown is we don't have those conversations because we don't know how people are going to react, and we don't know how it's going to affect them, and we're worried about what other people are going to think. We form all these constructs inside of our head, and we tie it all in and go, oh yeah, I can't say that, and I think I'm a bastard, or rah, 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 and this, and we create these stories, and that's our ego trying to keep us in the known. That's the aspect of ourselves trying to keep us in the known. And that is what locks us down. That's what keeps us in autopilot. So it's just about understanding that just not all our thoughts are us. Okay? Sometimes we can override them. Sometimes we've got to make that choice. That's spontaneous. When you're sitting there, the first thing in the morning, you have a cup of coffee and you think, I should go down the beach. It comes out of nowhere. You know, that's the time to go, hey, follow that intuition, jump in there and do, you know, go down the beach, because you'll be doing there and you might meet someone you haven't seen in a while, or so on and so on. The universe loves to prompt us like this and send us on all these adventures, but the universe is always trying to throw us a bone. You know what I mean? Just throw us something, throw us opportunities, but we shut them down. We're taught to shut them down. We train that as soon as they send us to school. We're just trained to shut it all down. But it's about you opening up and understanding that little inner voice, that intuition of yours. There's more to you than meets the eye. And all these cards are saying it's at the moment it's time for you to think about exploring that. I hope that's helped you.
Thank you.
And can I get you, how aware are you of your chakras? That's the first thing I'll ask.
Yes and no. Yeah.
Okay. You know where the third eye is? You know where they are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Bring your focus to your forehead.
Yeah.
Okay, close your eyes. Just keep your focus to the center of your forehead. Okay, take a deep breath. To your count to 3, release. And then bring your focus back to your heart chakra. It's just where the heart chakra is. Good. Brooke mentioned something before, and at the same time he mentioned that I wanted to ask you, which would be, what is the decision you made that you regretted? Don't need to know it, but that is the question I would be asking. What I'd like to say to you is, do not regret the decisions that are made. We make decisions, even if we regret them, we've made them for the right reasons, whether we understand them or not. As Brooke has been mentioning, the unknown. Sometimes we don't need to know why we made those decisions. Sometimes we don't need to know what the outcome will be. And when we realize that we've regretted a decision, we need to stop ourselves and say, I don't know why I made the decision, but it was right for me at the time that I made it. And just accept that. Focus of tomorrow is going to remain a focus of tomorrow, and it will always be focusing of tomorrow, because tomorrow does not come. Doesn't matter how much you want it to be here, it's not going to come. It's always going to be in the present moment. We can make plans and say that tomorrow I'm going to do A, B, and C. Now, the thing is that no matter how much we plan for something, it does not always turn out the way that we've planned it. Something always comes along. Whether it's running 1 minute late or a few seconds late, whether it's bumping into somebody and they hold us back from arriving, everything though happens for a reason. The unknown is accepting that right now we do not know what is going to unfold after this moment. As we can start accept that, we do not stop making plans, but we acknowledge, okay, I've made those plans, I'll just let them be. And when the time, when I'm there, then that's when where I'm supposed to be, and that will be exactly the right time for me to be there. Don't focus too much on what you did yesterday. Again, all you're going to be doing is focusing on your memories and thinking about it over and over again. You can keep yourself present and you can be in the moment. Do you do art or anything like that? Are you artistic?
I used to.
Okay. And when you're was it painting? It's artistic, something artistic anyway.
Yeah.
Painting?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When you were doing that, you were in the moment. You had a vision and you would paint it, whatever it was. It was always in the present moment. Now, if you can remember how you did that, that is the way life is. We are constantly in the present moment. Now, what's presented to us in the moment is exactly what it is. It's actually unknown. It is our presumptions of it should be this or it should be that, or this is right or this is wrong. If you remove yourself from that aspect of right and wrong and should or shouldn't, and accept that this is how it is, and everything right this moment is exactly as it should be, you'll start to notice that things will flow for you a lot easier. Work on your chakras. Now, the main area, the reason I have you in your third eye area is because your third eye is actually active. It's a little bit overactive, but there's no issue with the overactiveness on it. Although you're not seeing things clearly, which you can be seeing them clearer, what you require at this point in time, or what will really assist you, is, again, and I'll state this to everyone, sitting with yourself and being here now in the present moment. What you're visualizing is this moment. Could something occur tomorrow? There's a possibility. It hasn't. It's not here. So keep your focus here. Be present. Work on your base chakra. Work on your sacral. Your sacral is out a lot. Your solar plexus, learn some cord cutting. That'll really assist you to actually just release those who you've been in contact with. Keep your heart open. As your heart is open, what you're seeing will be easier to speak as well, or draw. Feel that you'll be speaking it more than anything, but you are capable of drawing it when you see it. Keep yourself clear. Burn some sage. Burn some Palo Santo. Keep your space in a positive energy at this moment, as Brooke mentioned as well. There is some negative energy around you. I'm not going to focus on whether it's somebody or it could be many things, but there is some negative energy around you. So clear your space with sage. That'll really help you. The main area to keep your focus on, though, is your base chakra. Again, keep yourself grounded and allow what you're seeing to come through, whether, again, it is through your art or speaking. Have you been singing? No? No karaoke or anything like that? No?
Oh, no,
Okay,
not
great.
for a long, long time.
No, that's okay. I do feel it's more art. I do feel it's more the painting aspect of it. But there is things that you can speak, which is how you see things. Do that. That will assist you to just get things off your chest. Also assist you to take that load that you've been carrying on your shoulders as well. There's a heaviness about you, and there's look, the thing that I feel a lot is that there is a regret. I don't know what that is about, but there is a regret. Don't focus too much on that. Accept, move on from it. That's the best thing that you can do with whatever it is that you're regretting. It is a decision that's been made and it's over and done with. You cannot undo it. You just don't need to do it again. But other than that, you're fairly clear. You are in a good space. You can be in a better space, but you are in a good space at this moment. To state better, that's not the right thing to say, but it is something that you're looking for. Accept where you are. Keep your space clear. Do some energy work. Focus on your base chakra. Focus on your heart chakra, and you'll start to see how things come out a little bit clearer for you as well. And things will be fine as long as you take care of yourself. I hope that's assisted you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Who would like to come on next? So, people, feel free to donate to support the show. Much appreciated. Exchange of energies.
Next, please.
Next. Look at that. See, people?
Thank
You've
you,
heard
Leslie.
it. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, Mila. She talks big. Yeah.
Are you next, Miller?
Yeah. Are you next? Should we do an apple reading?
I'm looking for an apple. I don't have any apples in here.
Beautiful weather. So someone said that we got a storm coming tomorrow, and I'm like, yeah, nah, no thanks. I want the lovely weather. It's
You're
extremely
next.
lovely weather.
Miller's next.
She says that. Are you coming on, Mila? Really?
Okay. Look, I'll be right.
Game on, Mila. Time to move. Time to stand strong. Time to be bold and make the first move. Absolutely. It's all pleasant here, under the stars. Well, actually, outside where I am, it's all clouds. But yeah, they're just hiding the stars just for now. They'll be gone tomorrow. A little bit of rain. She'll be right. She will be right for sure. The amount of time someone told me that it's going to be stormy tomorrow. The amount of times that they say that, and then you just get a few dark clouds and a bit of rain. And it's like, come on. It's when they don't tell you. Yeah. What does that say? What does that tell you? So who would love to come on the show? People, I can do this all day. Oh, Chantel, you still there? I got some corn in. I put that yellow corn in that you gave me. I put some popcorn in a different spot just to see if it's how different it is. And what is today? Today is was a fruit. And I think it's a root day too, root vegetables. And I think it's root day tomorrow. Yeah. Root planting. A friend got me onto the biorhythmic waves of Mother Earth. So you can get these charts and it says today's leaves, roots, or leaves and roots, and then they sort of overlap and you get your planting days, and they reckon that if you get it on the right biorhythm day, that the plants will grow quicker. And if you harvest on the biorhythm day, the produce will last longer. So I'm trying that all out at the moment, trying to get all the garden happening. And Chantel Sunsplash has been helping me out, and she knows this stuff. Thank you, Chantel. So, is it me, or do I feel like I'm talking to myself? I probably am talking to myself, and talking to your people that are there. And Stathi's back. So, people,
I'm listening.
who's coming on? Who is coming on? Yeah, I had. Yeah, Cindy. I had a chill planting day. Very
Chili. Chili. When is chili planting day, Brooke?
I've got. Well, Chantel brought us to jalapenos plants, so I've got those in there for now. But I'm still waiting for. I've got, I think, some Caroline Reaper seeds that have just coming up. But I've got some orange ones dried out now. I'm going to put them in as soon as I can. Get some orange Caroline Reapers. And look, don't smile, Mila. Oh my God, people! If you saw that,
No.
what I just saw.
Are you tired or are you Miller?
I am tired.
I thought you were Miller.
Very
It's
funny.
See, yeah, don't start, man. Just tired. Watch out.
I had a long day at work.
Well, it's not happening now, though, is it?
No, it's over.
Exactly. So, you were
got your
tired while
pouch
you were
on?
working. You're not working now, so you can't be tired.
I
Have you got
am.
your
It's
pouch?
11 o'clock. Pardon?
That's
Have you got your pouch on?
It's not 11 o'clock. It's 17 past 11.
Yeah, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep.
It's only 10:47 here. 10:47.
Well, that's
Yes,
you. That's Adelaide. Good on you.
Yeah. Well, that's all cool.
You know what
You're
time
not in
it is?
Queensland.
It's now
You're
time.
not.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
Okay, okay. Bring your focus to your heart
whatever.
chakra.
I
No,
can't
whatever.
focus.
Focus on your heart chakra.
All right.
Thank you. Take a deep breath. You'll count to 3, release it. Let go of your day.
Too late.
Let go of the day. The day's only in your mind now. It's just a memory. It's past tense. It's not now. Now you're awake, alert, energized. Go for it, Brooke.
Things can get draining, Mila. They can get draining. They can get on top of us. We can be working so hard, and we do the work on some levels and other levels, and we make progress. And then we get hit with something, and we have a big day at work, and it drains us. Okay, this is just part of how it goes. But at the moment, we do what we can in the 3D world. We do what we can to move forward, to cover bases, and we have plans and we have all this stuff. But at the moment, I got the lizard spirit. I got the two main cards on your main pile for what the reading is about. So I got the lizard spirit, dream your world into being, and underneath that, I've got co-create with spirit. This is at the moment. This is saying, sometimes we just got to say, stuff it. Hey, I got to make it happen, or stuff it. It's basically, we try to move forward, and we wait for stuff to happen. We wait for stuff to line up. When's this happening? When's that happening? We do a bit of spiritual work, but it gets to a point where you need to work it out. Where you need to go, wait a second, I'm the creator here. Okay, because I've got here. Look, co-create with spirit, and this is spirit inside of yourself, or universe, whatever you want to call it, saying, align with me, and let's create. Let's create the life that you want. Because I just feel there's just still getting caught up in circumstances at the moment. There still seems to be that. I know, look, we work, we pay bills, we do all this, but sometimes we've just got to think outside the box. Sometimes we've just got to throw a spanner in the works. Sometimes we've just got to try something different. Because when we hone into that intuition, it brings up opportunities that lead to other opportunities, that lead to other opportunities, lead to us meeting people, lead us to being in the right place at the right time. Now, as much as you're transforming at the moment, okay, there still seems to be that's set in the ways of, like, okay, I do things this way, and that's how it is. And I know it's just so easy to get caught up in the routine, but there seems to be some inflexibility here at the moment. And it's about identifying it. For you, it's about identifying it and just realizing that, wait a second, I need to be more flexible, because at the end of the day, when we're inflexible, we get stuck in the patterns. We're actually selling ourselves short for a lot of things. But at the moment, yeah, like the butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful, but underneath that, it's the shaman, trust in higher forces. This means like, yeah, okay, yeah, I know the stuff, I know the deal, but I'm waiting. We wait for change. People wait, getting that, wait for the next. When's this cycle going to be over so I can start the new cycle? Well, the cycles are always continuously, and they're melding together. But what happens is when we keep repeating the same patterns and the same patterns, the cycles go around and around and around and around. And we got lost in them. And we form habits. Because at the moment, look, I got the porcupine spirit. This is, and these are your two main action cards. One's inverted. Enjoy the growth and reap the rewards. Okay? That card's inverted. This is saying, okay, this is time to seed. It's time to plant. It's time to seed. It's time to mess things up. It's time to really think ahead because, we get things how we want, and then we get that little bit of breath where things, can be quite breezy, and we get accustomed to them, and we're like, then we're getting readings going, when's the next new thing happening? We're the start of the next new thing. Okay, we're going to work together with ourselves and the universe to continually bring those new things in and to continually spark those things off. Because at the moment, your main action card is the porcupine spirit, time for a beginner's mind. This is saying it's time to, whatever you've learned, okay, acknowledge it, throw it out the window. Throw it all out the window. Let's start afresh again. I mean, we've got to continually do this as we grow. I mean, spiritually, as we grow, we pick up all this stuff. But what happens is when we don't let go of anything, this is when you get the people that tune into their first two gifts and are still doing that 20 years later, doing the same stuff. Slightly better at it, okay? So the porcupine spirit, time for a beginner's mind. This is still like this is a clearing, a time for you to clear stuff out, try something new, step out of the comfort zones, starting empowering yourself. If you trade in any healing modalities or anything like that, time to ring up family and say, hey, come around, I want to give you healing, or I'm coming around to your place. Okay, if you want to do readings, it's time to take the cards around to people's places and go, here, I want to pull you a few cards. It's time to really step out of that comfort zone and really move forward. Because here at the moment, moving forward, I've got the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan, but mirrored underneath that is a warrior. And this is inverted. Be fearless and stand strong. This is saying it's time now to move into that uncomfortable zone, to take the gloves off and take that next step forward and really throw yourself in, okay? Because you've been doing, you've been doing a lot of work, you've been getting stuff together, get on top of stuff, you've been transforming and doing all that. But now it's time. Now you've got that. People go, okay, yeah, where I want to be, or the next thing. But yeah, it's time for you to shake it up and go, okay, look, next adventure, next game. I've got to try something different. And sometimes. I'm going through that a lot of myself at the moment, where I'm trying to reach out and expand my horizons and try new things and do all that. But enjoy so it's time to be planting now. It's time with the spirit universe really is like saying, hey, come on, get it on, step it up. Because I got here, like I got the scabbard beetle. The magic works through you. This is universe just once saying again, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for me for? The universe is saying, what are you waiting for the universe for? Hey, you're the one. You're the one of the magic. You're the one that manifested the universe. Time to take action, because underneath that, mirroring that, I've got the wise one. Grow beyond your current situation. That's inverted. So this is the universe saying, you're saying, oh, come on, universe, bring me something. And the universe is going, no, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Okay. So it's a time. It's a time to step up. And your last happy card is the Water Guardian. Get in contact with your emotions. We get in contact with our emotions, we start to work out our patterns and our emotional patterns. Because sometimes we just need to identify where that fear's at. Because that's what that fear, the warrior, be bold and fearless. The fear is usually the unknown. Fear is what stops us. When we get in contact with our emotions and work out why we're uncomfortable, we start to see the patterns, and that's what we do, is we break down the patterns to get rid of the limitations, so we can have that life that we always wanted. Okay, I hope that's helped you.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Okay, Missy. Um,
Missy?
Missy, yeah, Missy. You know, it's really interesting because there was a time, a very long time ago, and I was in a dark space, and I do mean a very, very long time ago, not in this life. And you gave me a kick up the rear end, and you said to me, "Pull yourself together. You got work to do." That's what you said to me. This is going back a long time. There was an old shack. It was in the field. Now, stating that, I'll move away from that. Just needed to say that to you. In my culture, in Greek culture, we have this thing called the evil eye. I think you have it in your culture as well.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't mean it's a negative thing. It could be someone's envious or someone's. There's a lot of reasons why we get that. Now, you had the evil eye put onto you.
Yeah.
As Brooke was reading you. That's, if you notice, I was yawning a lot. That was just clearing you up. That's why you're feeling so tired as well. When you are around a lot of people every day, constantly, it would be very wise to protect yourself when you're around those people, because you are open. You've got a very open heart. And you hold on to everyone that you're with, and you just want to do good. That's all I pick up, is you just want to do good. And as your heart is open, and you pull in these people, now there are those who are jealous, those who are envious. There is so much going on around you from a lot of people, because they don't. It's not that they don't want to see you where you are. It's just that let's just leave it to envy. And that's what keeps coming up, which is the strongest one, and that just puts on. It drains you. This is where I would say these are vampires, energy vampires, sucking your energy from you, and that's why you're tired constantly. You don't require to feel tired. Now, stating that, what I'd like you to do, because there's not much. Now, your body. Your body feels. Feels like you've had a hit to the body, not a physical hit, but it feels like a physical hit. Under your, I do want to go right. I will go to the right. Under your right breast, it feels like in your ribs, feels like something's been knocked or something.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's that there, which. It's not really a focus, Mike. I can just feel it. So, again, I wasn't certain whether it's left or right, but I do feel it is the right. Where I want to take you is, I want you to, can you put your phone down for a moment? But I want you to just really sit, just place your phone somewhere that you.
Okay, hang on.
It. Okay, so I do want to keep you in vision.
Okay. But I can't place it anywhere because I'm holding it.
Okay, yeah, I can tell you're holding it. I can see the movement. Okay, well, we're going to do this, but you're going to hold it and you're going to be alert, though. What I'd like you to do is close your eyes and just focus on your base chakra. I'm going to guide you through your chakras at this moment. Now, just keep your focus on your base chakra and just listen. Ishana tao kiyono mata ano soma. Ata unak la diknayo toro anoshi onosana. At aumat anakio onos atun. Dashiwas utum ayakyon. Om saulatunoya. Bring your focus to your sacral. Shano kyo mot at no sio tunonan. An yop anot uyeshana osio tun. Dayokum datun chitna saunokum yan. Bring your focus to your solar. Om nayotionum dioshna una umahan. Akyomat iotonoyat as aunoko. Daumianoyotionoyotanoyonum. Om. Yeah, we're bypassing the heart chakra, going to the throat chakra. Daonok au paonokun. Ikiumat ukunut iot aunosh aum disionot as ionokum. Dao. Focus to the third eye, just in front though, to your forehead. Diomat inakum tigat as uno. Nayesh nauman ich aun tiot akiat ihus ishan asium. Now we go to your crown, about an inch above your head. Just focus. And what I'd like you to visualize is just white light, just above your crown. Yahi at ich nasaum ta ian, anonomationo yikium niatan, om yashiat in omanak ayasia. Asio shana isio matinan. Anyat iok unas I umanat yam. Om. Now I'd like you to bring your focus to your heart chakra. Take a deep breath into your count of 3, release it. Ihia satatio matashimasan. Ichinatia kausan amat itionomas. Isi ash inaionomat. Atamo toye kia nata unono batia. Amatian anata ano ishi yasiyama. And you should feel the silence. You should feel calm and more relaxed now as well. Open your eyes.
Yep.
And there you are. You know what it is under your breast. You know what it is at that rib area.
I think it's fine.
There's nothing more to say. Take care of yourself. Keep your protections up. You have a pouch?
Yep.
Yep. I thought you would. Burn sage, Palo Santo. Keep them burning. Work more on your cord cutting as well when you're with people. When you walk into the house, spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes when you can, and just clear your day away. Just remove it, let it go, and say, thank you. You're behind me now. You're not with me. You're just carrying, because it is your heart. It's just so open. You're just so helpful, so concerning. It's all there. You will feel when you do go to bed tonight and you lay down, pay attention to your dreams, but you will feel there will be a lightheadedness, and you might even be getting that as I'm speaking to you. Don't focus too much on that. Just allow it and just accept it. Keep yourself grounded. You are grounded. Most of the time you're grounded, but every now and then you overthink things as well. Stop overthinking them. Your throat chakra can be a little bit more active. You can start talking a little bit more and being more truthful and direct as well. It's not truthful, it's directness you need. It's practicing being more direct on how you say things, and don't shy away from what you need to speak about.
Yeah.
And that'll work on that. Look, your sacral can do with some work, but not too much of a focus on the sacral area. Cord cutting. Start to learn to cut cords from the front and behind, but you'll start to notice that as you're progressing, it'll be more behind that you'll be cutting cords and not in front, because you're not going to have front attachments. You'll have there's newness coming your way, and it is in your there's lots coming your way, which is going to be very positive. So start cutting from behind and the front at this moment, but everything's fine. Crown chakra, look, your aura is it's actually nice and bright. It's clear as well. There is a reddish aura, but it's not exactly red because there is a mixture of some green and some orange in there as well. It's good, clear. It could be extended out more, but that's it's got a lot to do with your work as well. That's keeping it more towards you, so you're not really out there as much. But these connections that will be coming will assist you to expand that, and you'll start to do the work that you know you are to be doing.
Yeah. I know.
Thank you, my apple.
Thank you, guys.
You have
Bye.
a lovely evening. Good night.
Bye.
You're on mute, Brooke.
The evil eye.
Yes, but you can use it as a charm
Yeah, that's well.
to protect against it. Oh, you're a Greek man. Did you have that off your revision mirror on your Falcon?
It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the eyes. We're Greek, mate. These things
That's
are
it.
all
That's
over the house.
covered. Yeah. All over
I've
the
got
house.
you know the worry beads. The Greeks have those worry beads. Yeah,
No,
I've got
but go
one.
on.
All eyes on that as well. I've got a cross, which is not a cross, but it's an X or a plus sign, but it is a cross with an evil eye on it. So I've got one in the front door, one at the window, and this one sort of just pops around wherever it chooses to go at
Yeah.
times.
The cross, the X, is a gifu, a gift, and that is a gift of
It's
protection.
the cross itself is it's based on the universe. It's crossing paths. So it does represent the 4 directions. Once you got to say them, and the 4 directions are it's the front direction, behind direction, right, left, and we are up and down. So we're the center of it. So it's the 6 directions. And if you actually work with those 6 directions, you put them in a cube.
Yep.
That's where we get the cube from as well, which is, again, you get into the esoterics to understand that, the Gnostic stuff. Yes, jealousy. That's the word. Thank you. Envy, jealousy works together, yes.
Well, that's it. I mean, like, because people just want us to be at their level. It's easy to pull people down, then deal with our own shit and lift ourselves up. People do it all the time.
Redbeard, I yawn when I clear. If that's he looks asleep was for me. Hi, Samantha.
Hey, Sam. How's Bubs going? Getting big?
Hi, Sue.
So, what's happening, everyone? Anyone want to come? Anyone want a reading?
Hey, Redbeard, I'll let you record it for a meme when you come on the show.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Redbeard. There's an Australian band. I think they're actually an Adelaide band called The Beards. And they've got a really cool song saying, if your dad hasn't got a beard, you've got two mums. If your dad doesn't have a beard, you've got two mums. And the film's just this young teenage boy going through his stuff, and every time he looks at his dad, like his dad's doing something, his dad's got no beard, the song's playing, and then he just pictures his dad in a dress. It's probably not politically correct, but it was a laugh.
Yeah, they do say Greek and Italian men why they have a moustache,
Why?
so they can look like their mums.
I never thought of it that way. But I assume that there's a bit of truth in it.
A Stathi and a Brooke band called Stab. Your band.
A band called what? South
Stab.
Australian TAB.
A Stathi and Brooke band called STAB. Stab.
Stab. What about bats? Let's
Now,
do it backwards.
now you can go to
No,
sleep.
Mila. Let me let.
You have
We're
our permission
sleeping.
to go to bed now.
Yeah, go to bed. You got to get up early tomorrow and change the world. So, no pressure. That's what you signed up for. Didn't you read the fine print? Who in the audience here has watched the Lazarus Project season 1? People, if you haven't watched anything this year, season 2 comes out next year, but 8 episodes. It's a bloody good watch.
The Lazarus Project.
Yeah, the Lazarus Project.
Yes, Mandy, Lazarus Project is great.
Yeah. Talk about timelines, the world messing with stuff, trying to reset timelines. And man, it goes deep. And you got all these people, and they're like, that are in the project, and after they, yeah, okay.
Don't give too much away. Don't spoil. No spoilers here.
Yeah.
It's worth a watch. It sort of has a good well, it doesn't get much into it, but I would say, and I said it before and I'll say it again, it's a good way of explaining deja vu. So it makes you really think about made me think about deja vu a lot.
And different timelines and all sorts of stuff. It is amazing. But yeah. So, lovely people. Let's see. Okay, come on the show and we'll ban Celine Dion as well. That's how cool we are. I don't know where that one came from. My brother's watching. That's it. We're chilled now.
Welcome to the Chili Show.
That's it. But if you want to come on the show, click on the Streamlabs link to come on the show. And to get a reading, you must come on the show. And if your name is Celine Dion, you're not allowed on the show.
Ban Cindy.
Ban Cindy. She'll ban Stathi soon. Oh, that's right. Ban Cindy, hey? Cindy, I didn't know you had a band, Cindy. What would Cindy's band sound like if Cindy was in the band? Sounds like country to me, Cindy. You're a country girl. Bit of slide guitar happening there. What? Hey, you know, Christian, if you're watching, I do have to get it myself. Is that annoying? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Is my coffee yet? Is my coffee yet? Where's my coffee? He doesn't have to make me one, but if he does, all you people watching will know that my brother is a really loving, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say. You can hear me.
Why are you popping up there, Cindy?
Stathi won't speak to me if I'm a little country. What do you mean?
I can't do country music.
Yeah?
No.
We're a member of the Outback Club. We don't back down. We don't give up. Oh, come on. Because all girls like that song. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Yeah.
I used to get called Billy Ray Cyrus. So they put me off.
Oh, man. You must have been a
yeah.
mullet man.
I did have a mullet. I had a cool mullet. I never really had a mullet. I've always had a ponytail.
I was in the shopping centre the other day, and they had the clothes shops, and you know how to have pictures of models wearing clothes in the windows.
Yeah.
And this one, man, it had like a full-on mullet guy. And I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Mullets, they're trying to bring mullets back? Don't stand for it, people. Mullets are shocking. Mullets are shocking.
Some people like them.
What was that old cartoon, Mullet Man? Mullet Man, with such haircut comes such power. Don't you remember that
Well,
cartoon?
Leslie, you said, I don't have gifts. I'm not one for gifts, so I don't work with gifts. I see things very differently. This is what we are. They're not gifts. We are a gift. We are the gift. We are the present. This is what we are. There's a lot more to everyone. One does not receive gifts. It's a long story.
I received gifts from Cindy.
I received gifts from Cindy as well.
Thank you,
Leslie,
Cindy.
one day I woke up. That's the best way I can say it to you. I saw things very differently. I see things very differently. I came to acknowledge the program or our programming, and I became a virus to myself. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it. It's a virus to the program itself. And yeah, when I broke the program, I was left with myself. I haven't learned any of this. This is what we all have within us. The only thing that prevents us from expressing ourselves is our beliefs. Ban Cindy. Christian's making coffee at this moment.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for it. Cheers.
As I said, Leslie, it's a long story.
Thanks, bro.
Long story.
Mm.
But simply, one day I didn't know, and a click of a finger, I came to know.
And on the first
Yeah.
day, he created coffee and he saw that it was good.
Yes, I broke through the matrix. Just to give you, just to mention this, when the Matrix, the movie The Matrix came out, before it came out, I was having a conversation with someone I knew at the time, and he went and saw The Matrix before I did. And when after he'd seen it, he called me up and invited me over to his house for dinner. And he was asking me to give him the script because he thought I had the script of The Matrix. And he said, if you don't have the script, you know somebody. You must have inside information about The Matrix, because I was talking about The Matrix. I woke up after The Matrix. The Matrix came out in 1998. But I knew about The Matrix before I woke up, which I didn't know at the time. I was a muggle. I had no idea. In 2000 is when I woke up, if you would like, woke up or saw things differently. And yes, I broke all programs. I broke my education. I look into words. I look into so much today. I see things to see things. I see things. I do actually see. And what I see is, I can see the world for what it is, as everybody else sees it. But I also am aware of, again, as I said, I can go with this forever, but try and find the right words at this moment. Everything is an experience. I'm aware that I'm experiencing this moment. I'm not the experience, I'm the experiencer. I'm not what I have, but I do have. I'm not what I see, but I do see. I'm not a word, and I'm not the education, but I use the education and I use the words. I have one life with many experiences, and I'm aware of that which has the experiences. I'm a contradiction to everyone's belief. I'm not spiritual. I don't consider myself spiritual at all. I'm not a Buddhist. I'm none of those. Oh, Patricia. I don't have a title. I don't use titles. I'm not interested in it. I'm me, just being me.
You got to watch out because sometimes people can get caught up spending their whole life chasing gifts.
Oh
And
yes.
they think, and they can tune in, and they think, hey, yeah, look, I've got it all worked out. And it's just, dear God, people. Rookie mistake.
Don't look for the gift. Look for that which uses the gift. If you would like. The Great Awakening has already happened.
Mm.
And no, I don't believe. This is another thing. I don't actually believe in anything. So there's a difference between knowing something and believing something, and there's also difference in the believer and the belief. So it's understanding the believer or acknowledging that I am a believer. I'm not the belief though. So I can believe in something if I choose to believe in it, but that is not what I am. To understand oneself is to understand that the words that we use are not our words. What words do you choose to describe yourself? I do not choose words to describe myself, for the words are limiting that which we are.
To get
You say, Angelina, this is, for myself, it's really interesting because I read your words and everybody else's words, and you know, it is so natural for me. It is not something that I have to work at. I didn't have to work at this. I never looked for spirituality. I wasn't into spirituality. I wasn't religious. I wasn't any of those. My journey before 2000, I woke up in 2000. Selena, to get a reading, you need to come onto the show. Before 2000, I was just an everyday person living an everyday life. My research was in law. I was looking into law. After a particular night, again, it's a long story. After a particular night, and in a click of a finger, the person I was no more. I saw things, I heard things, I felt things. I can tell you this much. I personally, and I cannot speak for everybody, but I personally was begging to be mad. I begged to be mad. It took me a long time to accept what I was actually experiencing at that time. No. Nothing. Hey, I was going fishing in the morning. I was reading a book. It was a warm night. I had to be up really early to go fishing. I was going fishing with my cousin. And I was reading a book, No Boundaries, by Ken Wilder. Finished the book and things happened. Did a lot of reading back then. I do mean a lot of reading. I have read a lot, and I do mean a lot. I've read from, my journey was law, so I was actually researching law. From law, I got into psychology, philosophy, theology, mythology, sociology. I read a lot. I can go on. I read so much. I had books everywhere. A lot of psychology. I was actually I was reading up and researching the psychology of law itself. And so a lot of psychology, and psychology put me into philosophy. Philosophy goes back to psychology. They're both very intertwined. Sociology, a lot of psychology and philosophy was associated to a lot of mythology. Sociology was also associated to philosophy and psychology, so they all intertwined, interlocked with each other. So just a lot of reading prior to that time. A lot of different books. Jung was my go-to in psychology, although I didn't limit myself to Jung. I did read a lot of psychology, different authors, but they all pretty much spoke about the same. Abnormal psychology was one of my favorites, getting into the complete aspect of what we call mental patients and so forth, and lots and lots and lots. As I said, I can go on forever. Didn't limit myself, but again, it wasn't for me. It was all I wanted to do was represent myself in court. There you go. So nothing to do with spirituality, but I can say that law and religion go hand in hand. A lot of Gnostic stuff, a lot of esoteric, alchemy, all of that, science. If you can never get your hands and read it, which is, it's not just getting your hands on it, you probably can get your hands on it, but Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, I think it was called. A lot of science, which is alchemy in itself. I even went and got myself plenty of dictionaries, English. I couldn't read. I left school when I was 16 years old. So I got a lot of dictionaries. I got the English dictionary first. I got a Latin dictionary. I got a Greek dictionary, a French dictionary, a German dictionary. I think I said French. A Chinese dictionary, Hebrew dictionary, and broke down words. So you can see where it goes from there afterwards. So a lot of studying, a lot of self-study, a lot of research into law itself. And from that, one night, why and how? Well, it's a journey that I'm still on. And 22 years of still searching. So there you go.
Man, you must have really hid those car keys.
Mm-hmm.
So who would like to come on the show and get a reading? I know what you people are thinking. You've been on so many reading shows at the moment that you're all read out. So you've got this year and next year sorted. Okay, who's this? Someone out there watching this show.
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, people, Friday nights at 8:30, I do a show and I talk about all of this. Well, it's really, you ask me questions, I answer them. the best way that I can, and if I can, so I don't promise anything. It is called no title, me being me, and just allowing the moment to unfold and whatever occurs.
Would you like me to play your ad?
If you don't mind, thank you.
I don't even know if that was real coffee. I reckon it was an illusion in the Matrix. Ban Stathi. Are we doing that again? Ban Cindy, ban Stathi. I reckon let the people decide. That's it. Just get out of your system, guys. Well, that's just so important. Is people go, look, there's nothing wrong to tune in, to center oneself and tune in, but when people just start chasing abilities, they're defined by their abilities.
Well,
By an
that's the
external
thing.
source.
There's been, look, we go back to the New Age movement, where the New Age movement was infiltrated by the CIA, and a lot of misleading information came through at that time. So we don't have a pure New Age movement any longer, and it actually ended pretty much when it started. So what we have is distorted information that's coming through. A lot of people are still focusing on the old ways. The old ways are gone, and you can keep chasing your tail for as long as you want. You can always wait for tomorrow to come, and keep presuming that tomorrow is going to be this, or tomorrow is going to be that, or I'm going to get it to this point, or this is going to come. If it's not here, it's not here. Now, if you start looking at yourself and start working within yourself, start to understand, and this is where it really comes down to understanding what are beliefs. Where did I come up with these beliefs? Why do I believe this? How do I know this? Being honest with yourself, though, to really break the programming that we all are in. Every one of us have been programmed. The moment you acknowledge that your education is your downfall, doesn't mean we don't use it, but it's understanding that we're using it. But at this point of time, where most people are, is they're being used by their education. They're not using it. The less you know, the more you will know. When you come to understand that you did not know anything. And that is the truth. We don't know anything. What we believe we know is exactly that. Just a belief. Somebody else's idea of what things are and how they should be. And getting to the core of ourselves. Well, remove every belief you have. Truly remove what you believe you are, who you are, and ask yourself, well, how do I know this? How do I truly know ABC? Well, you don't. Somebody told you. And that is the truth.
I mean, just look at your animals. Like your dog hasn't had much of an education, but they don't need education to go, okay, something's up with the vibration of that person. They're putting off a vibe that's not productive. And the dog will pick up on that. They haven't been educated. And it doesn't matter what you tell them what to think. They don't care because they know, they feel it. And they're like, hey, watch out for that person.
I always say this, but again, I don't say anything that is new because a lot of the stuff that I do say is written. And the one thing that I do say, though, is what did you know before you were educated? Do not use your education to answer that question. I say that for a particular reason. And no, there is no answer to it. That's the whole idea. There is no answer. Whatever word you use, even if you say, I don't know, I didn't know anything, that is using your education. Don't use your education. What did you know? Jesus, yes, I have read the Bible, and I've read a lot of different Bibles, and I've read a lot on religion itself. Jesus does say, unless one is as a child, one will not enter the new time, whatever. I think you know it better than what I do. But be a child. The child lives in the moment. The child does not know what tomorrow is until you tell it what tomorrow is. So you keep saying to the child, tomorrow you'll get this, tomorrow you'll get that. The child starts to believe that there's a tomorrow that they're going to get it, always waiting for tomorrow. Look at yourselves. Look who you truly are, but don't use any word that you've been given. You haven't chosen your name. It's been given to you. You are not what you have. You are not what you're given. You are not what you see, you are not what you hear, and you are not what you feel. To truly understand that, really look at it. You have senses, use them. Now understand that you have. You are not what you have, though. Everything is a tool. Once you understand what a tool truly is, understand that you use tools. Now again, you're either going to use the tools or the tools are going to use you.
Yeah. That's what we were like before chasing gifts. People chase gifts, you chase tools. Then you are what you are, your tools. That's beyond that. And people get caught in that.
But, guides, I'm not into guides. I'm not into galactic federations. I'm not interested in any of those. Are they real? I don't know. I've never had any. I've never seen any. I've never spoken to any. Are there spirits? I don't know. I don't speak to spirits. I have no idea what these things are. Nothing comes to me at this moment and says to me, blah. No. Ancestors. Now, to understand what your ancestors are, and this is where I will work with ancestors, but understand the ancestors are what you call your past lives. So you are that, if you want to work with the word soul, you are that soul that has had all these lives. There's only one life that you have, though, which is the soul's life. It's not born, nor can it die. That has experienced many bodies, many vehicles. They are your ancestors. You want to know certain things, ask yourself. You already have all the information you want. Everything is within you. Everything is within you. Every answer you look for, everything you want to know is within you. But if you start going out and looking and asking, you're giving your power away. Bring your power back to yourself. Keep your focus to yourself. Instead of wanting to know something else, well, get to know who you are first. Yes, you are your ancestors. All your ancestors are yourself. You are all those experiences. You've had all those experiences. You are the one that remembers. You remember yesterday. As you remember yesterday, you can remember your past life. But if you're focusing on what's going to happen tomorrow, you're not going to see tomorrow, and you're only going to be in the present moment realizing, hang on, I said this yesterday. But today, to truly understand this, today is yesterday's tomorrow. So we're already in the tomorrow that we were speaking about yesterday, but it's still today. It does not change. What we truly have is this moment unfolding. It is the longest moment in eternity. And it is just, what it truly is consciousness expanding. But we shut ourselves off from expanding our own consciousness because we think that we're separate to it. We think that there's yesterday, today, and tomorrow. There isn't. There's the memory, the presumption, and the knowing. The knowing is now of the memory and the presumption. You know, I speak many languages. It's irrelevant. We all speak those languages. You've lived so many different lives. You've picked up those languages. When you get to know yourself, it comes out naturally. I haven't learned how to speak different languages. It just comes through. I don't think about it. I just shut myself off from the education and I speak to you. I speak in a particular way. I express myself in a particular way. But when I use those languages, I know that they're healing languages. I know that they're energetic. I know how they're associated to what you call the chakras. I don't even acknowledge chakras, but I know what they're associated to within oneself. They're lights, they're vortexes, if anything else. It's actually one light, by the way. You know, your rainbow, if you truly understand what a rainbow is, and reverse things, I say it's only
The
a white
ultraviolet
light.
spectrum.
That's right.
It's bent. Why is it bent? Because it's passing through frequencies which.
Mm-hmm. Everything is a frequency.
Yeah, was it Professor Hawking's? Even I think he followed on from some of Louis Pasteur's old work, where he actually took photographs. He'd take light and he'd bend it,
Mm-hmm.
and what it would do is it would leave like all these tags, like a barcode.
Yep.
He broke it up, and what he was able to define was you could take a photo, say, of Mars, or take a photo of Jupiter, and then when you got the color and you broke the color, the markings would show you what elements were in that color. So that's why they can take pictures of planets and go, hey, it's got this atmosphere, it's got that atmosphere, because they can actually.
Yeah, look, you know, that's a
No,
different
they tell us.
conversation. Yeah, that's a different conversation when it comes to planets, but I won't go
Just
there.
looking at the light. Just looking at the light.
Yes,
Pulling
and
apart
through
the
the
light.
light itself, yes, you know, based on remember, when you are told something and what you're told has an association to it, when you see it, you associate to that. So yes, that's the way it will be seen. When we start to look with what we say the inner eye, not with the two eyes, we see things very differently. You know, everything is a vibration. Everything is a vibration. Everything is a frequency. Even the first thought, the original thought, is a vibration. You know, that which thought the first thought is nothing that comes out of that original thought. You know, we are no vibration. When you hear someone say, you know, find the silence, well, you're actually looking for yourself, because you are that silence. You are that peace. What is peace? What is silence? You know, noise is all around us. Everywhere that you go, there's noise. You are in the center of yourself. You are that silence. You cannot stop noise. You cannot remove yourself from noise. But to remove yourself from noise, there's a different place you need to go to, but that's not where we're going to go at this moment. But once you acknowledge that everything is around you, everything is an experience, you can focus on what you want to experience. You can focus. You know, this is why they say where focus goes, energy grows. Well, you know, what are you focusing on? Are you giving yourself energy, or are you giving energy to what you focus on? Everything is a vibration. Everything that you can possibly imagine is a frequency, a vibration. Plants are vibrations, animals are vibrations, the body that you have is a vibration. Energy is a vibration. And all of these, once you acknowledge these are experiences that we are having, we're not the experience, we're the experiencer. This body is an experience, although it gets deeper than just an experience. To truly understand the body, understand yourself. That's what you look for, is exactly what you are, who you are right this moment. You have created yourself in the image that you see in the mirror all the time. You know, the word become flesh. Who's heard that one before? Understand that's for what it truly means. uniting the masculine and feminine, again, another aspect of it. Spirit's water becomes one. And that's a tricky one, but it does. There's a lot more. Say?
Leslie, everything's a vibration. When it's not a vibration, it is the void.
You know, the void itself, to get to the void, to get to that void, it does not mean that what is not the void doesn't exist, because there is the void and there is that which is not the void. It's separate. It's not separate, but it is separate. So you can't separate anything, really. There's nothing to, when we say separate, there's nothing separate. So even ourselves right this moment, and you know, we think of distance, or you know, there's an object in front of us and we think that we're separate from it. So nothing is separate. If you look at something at this moment, whatever it is that you're looking at in front of you, whatever it is that you got your focus, that you can focus on right now, okay, it could be a foot away, 2 feet away, doesn't matter. Now, what you think is separate, what you're not really looking at is what is in between you and what you're looking at. So there's the object that you're looking at, there's you that's looking at it, but there's that which is in between. You call it nothing. Space, emptiness. There's nothing. So remove that nothingness. If you can follow me on this one. If you remove the empty space in your room with all the objects, so that's what holds everything together, the nothingness. Remove nothing, remove the space. What would you be looking at? And this is my show on Friday nights, guys.
Karina, you can't recall a word. That must have been the
Karina
most
spoke-
quiet. That would have been the most quiet 3 seconds of your life.
Karina spoke fluent German one night, and she can't remember a word of it. That's the one. We are one. Yes, we are one, but it's not that we are one. There is one and there is many. The many are one. To acknowledge one is many, that's where you say we all, the one is all of us. The one is the many. The one requires the many to experience what the one is experiencing. So you're an aspect of that one, whether you want to call it spirit, source, whatever you want to call it. I just don't call it God, because even the God itself is of the many. There is no such thing as a God, in my view. There is only source, and even that is again, we're using words to try and describe something, and the words do not describe that which it is. There's not a single word to truly use to describe what it is. The Taoists or the Taoists use the word Tao. You cannot speak of Tao, for it is Tao that speaks. There is nothing that can be, no word that can be truly used to describe what we call one. What we do say, though, is that the many are one's experience. So you are the experience of that one. Yes, well, that is true, though. We are one. It is one that is all of us. It's, you see, there's, okay. Right now, we're all existing at exactly the same moment. Every single one of us. As you listen, as I speak, you see the speaker and the listener are one. There's only one. There's no distance. The only distance is that which is in our minds. But we're all existing right this moment, right now, here and now in this moment. We're all expanding or unfolding in this moment. You're not at a separate time zone, although you want to believe it is because we've been told it is. But there's no time zones in itself, because right this moment, we're all exactly in this moment. No matter which part of the world exists exactly in this moment, and everything in this world is in this moment. Unfolding, expanding in actual fact. To truly understand that, if you want to look at it like this, we're all at the edge of the universe at this moment. There is no, this is why I say there's no tomorrow. Right now, we're at the point of unknown. We don't know what's coming after each word that I'm speaking, each word that you're listening. This is the future. You are now in the future. And the reason I state that is because you do not know what's going to happen after this moment, but you can remember what has happened, which is the past. We can only remember our past, and the past itself, well, what is the opposite of the past? We're told the future. So we are all in the future at this moment. We create the next moment. Now, how do we create the next moment? We think it. How do we think, though? What are we thinking? Well, most of us are thinking based on what they've been told. What happened yesterday? Well, that's what you're thinking. What happened 2 minutes ago? That's what you're thinking. What happened a day ago, 2 days ago? We get to a Friday and we think the weekend, well, we're going to create the weekend based on what we believe it's going to unfold as. And then we think, oh, Monday. So we create the Monday based on what? What we already know, which is our memory. So our memory is creating. Change the way that you remember things. Change your memory. Change the way you want to say things. You want to say something different. Stop thinking the same way you've been thinking. Now, the collective, well, that's a different story, because the collective at this moment, the majority of the collective are thinking the old way. The minority are thinking differently. To truly see a different way of life, it's not so that the world changes. It's not that we're going to go to a different world. It's we expand our consciousness. And how do we expand our consciousness? Stop limiting your thoughts to what you've been told. If you're thinking as you thought, your thoughts will be the same tomorrow as they were yesterday. If you don't think, imagine. Imagine instead of thinking.
Well, it's midnight here.
I've already been there.
Would anyone else like to come on and get a reading? So, last call.
Last call. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking.
Yep.
Good night, Mandy.
Oh, the witching hour was earlier.
I thought the witching hour was around about 7 o'clock. I always feel the shift is at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that people get home.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Yep. Start doing freezer spells. Start rebuking everyone that they talk to in the day.
Good night, Amanda.
Good night.
You're sick with a cough.
Oh, you got to start speaking your truth, girl.
I always thought sandwiching now is when the kids, everyone's home, parents come home, kids are already home, depending if both parents are working. And it's around about dinner time, and the kids start using their education.
Yep.
That's the witching hour.
And then the parents start projecting onto the kids their belief systems, and there's friction.
Yeah. And there's just this battle, and then the parents want to put the kids to bed depending on their age, and that I want to, and they're told to do their homework, and that I want to, so they want to go and play Xbox or any other game.
On their devices.
When we were growing up, the lights came on. If you're not home, oh, that thong, that slipper, or that wooden spoon. It would be boomerangs.
Another boomerang shoe.
Oh, yeah. They'd hit you with it, that's how you bring it back here. No.
Yeah. And if you didn't bring it back, you're in trouble, real trouble then.
Which hour is midnight? Arsenic hour between 6 and 7 p.m. Oh, there you go. Never heard of arsenic hour.
Yeah, I don't know, Mandy. Just something seems strange about that comment. Forced, maybe. Or it's just the way you remembered it.
You were a good child. I was a good
Yeah,
child.
I don't know. Yeah, I was too. Right back
Then
now,
I grew
though.
up.
Oh. Okay, people. Instead of just talking and talking, we're going to let you go. And because I've got stuff to do tomorrow.
Yep.
So,
Leslie, Fridays is when I do most of my talking. Or if there's questions, I talk. If it's not, I just guide you through whatever it is I need to guide you through. Friday nights, I'm healing with Stathi.
Yep.
Brooke's got his show on Thursdays.
Thursdays and Sunday.
Thursdays and Sundays.
Yep.
And you catch us again on Monday nights.
Yep. Absolutely.
So we're here harassing each other and everybody else on Monday nights around about 10 o'clock, give or take.
But we just came here to harass you.
Mm-hmm.
You alone.
Okay, everyone. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and whatever that time it is you are.
I got to get this spaceship back to. It's only a rental, so it's just about to go over time. Okay. See you, people.
Later, guys. Good night, everyone.
Okay.
Have a good one.
I'll see you. We'll see you in the now some other time.